Hello everybody, it's Shawna L. Francis, and today is September 15th, 2022. Thanks for joining me for the daily Ascension update. We're doing some awesome work here. I hope you're having some kind of fun out there. Thinking about you guys. I'm reading your comments even though I haven't had time to respond. Keep them coming. Melchizedek said that they would be answering your questions in time, so we'll be patient and wait for that. For today's update, Kryon came through again today. Not as energetic as he has been the last couple of times. It was like kind of business here, and it was pretty, I don't know, kind of fun, scientific type discussion. So I'm still here at the casitas. I'm here for another week and a few days. Not getting as much done as I wanted to, but it's exciting and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, everything is just spread all over the property as I clean things out and rearrange everything and get things ready for the high season. Anyway, glad you guys are here. So Kryon came in, as I said, and he starts us off here. As you make your way down this path, as each step is illuminated before you, as each door is opened, and you step through the threshold, you are creating bonds. I am creating bonds. We are creating bonds. You create the bonds that bring together the multifaceted, multidimensional planes of your existence here. This stuff is really fascinating to me, and I'm starting to get it. You know, Kryon's talked a lot about the veil, and for some of you here who may be watching and not understanding what the veil is, it's kind of it's that separation between our existence here on the planet and the rest of existence here. And some people say that our existence here is actually the illusion. It's not who and what we truly are, but it is a grand experiment here, and it's an experiment for us. We are working off karma. We are learning lessons. We are experiencing what we came here to experience. But who and what we really are is not, you know, us in this human form here, right? So we've got the veil. It's called the veil of forgetfulness at sometimes. And what's happening now as we go through this process is this veil is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. So our access to other worlds outside of this earth container is getting easier and easier. That's why we've got so many more people channeling, and many of us here as light workers are starting to wake up. People are starting to wake up. The veil is thinning, okay? So he starts to talk about the multifaceted, multidimensional reality of this experience here. And a lot of us are just, we haven't known about this for good reason. So this is all now falling down, falling apart as we gain access to these higher frequencies, okay? It is a colliding of worlds. It is a melding, a bringing together to the likes of which you would not be able to comprehend. So I don't get too wrapped up about trying to understand just how vast and multifaceted this experience really is, or what life truly is. You can just go down these rabbit holes and never come out again. So I just trust. I trust this is all here and everything's working together the way it's supposed to. And we're doing what we can in this plane of existence, right? To help with the ascension. I'm sure there's many of you who are watching this who are way more versed than I am in all this good stuff. All right, so we're creating a bond. We're bringing together worlds. It's a melding, okay? And he says here, you may feel like, well, I'm doing God's work. I am walking in the light. I am holding love in my heart and compassion. I'm in non-judgment. He says, but what actually is happening is an energetic melding of multiple planes of consciousness. Your intention and your focus allow for the breaking through barriers that have kept these different planes of existence separate for so very long. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely true for me. Okay, I'm doing what I think I need to be doing here. It's feeling good. It's feeling high vibrational, but it's what we're doing as light workers. It's way beyond kind of just even this in our immediate kind of the collective grid and everything we've been talking about. The ascension here is impacting all all matter of dimensions here, all facets of this plane of existence. So I don't really understand all of it yet. I'm sure that as this process continues, it will become more apparent what's going on here. But this is part of the awakening to the truth of our existence. So this is exciting. So we're doing a heck of a lot more than just bringing light to the planet here. We are impacting something much larger than us. You help bring all this into one unit, a cohesive unit to be experienced and transmuted along with you as a singularity. And he says, we feel your audience today needs to realize, if they have not already, that we are working multidimensionally here. We talk about there being one veil, but there are also many veils separating many realms of existence. And honestly, before this channeling today, I didn't really think of it that way. I know we have multiple dimensions. I know we're in the third dimension here, third density. We're going to fifth dimension, right? So that's the goal here for this ascension. And there's many dimensions beyond the fifth dimension. So I guess there would be many veils separating each of these layers, right? But as we do this work and as we step into our missions here, those veils start to get thinner, and eventually they will be non-existent, and we'll all be working consciously as one unit, is what he's saying. It is truly unfathomable for the human brain to fully understand the depth of existence and the multiple layers that are always at play. You are programmed to understand time being linear and space being three-dimensional. He talks a lot about this in his books. He calls them actual imprints. We have these imprints as humans, and I don't know if it's part of our DNA or what, to understand these things. Time is linear and space is three-dimensional, and that's perfectly good for what we're trying to do here in lesson. So it's serving us well. But now we're transitioning out of this planet, this 3D experience, and into something new here. So time to wake up to the rest of what's going on. And he also says that one of the most beautiful things about planet Earth and this human species is that we have the ability to have free will and choice. Not every planet has free will like we do. It's a free will planet, and it creates a very interesting and unique environment for us to learn and to evolve. So he's kind of giving us, a little bit of a nod here, a push to put this free will to work. He says you are able to set the intention to work within these different spaces and bring them closer into your field. And this is where you can find your higher self, your oversoul, your monad, different aspects of your oversoul, different experiences that your soul has had throughout many incarnations. So it's not just about accessing the beings that may be in higher dimensions than us, but it's also our soul's expression of itself through the different incarnations that we've had. So the veils thinning between that. My understanding is that everything's happening at the same time. So we can say past lives, and that makes sense to us, but it could be concurrent lives, right? So we've got an oversoul or a monad with many, many types of incarnations, maybe embodiment, maybe not in embodiment, but being able to access those things through kind of the thinning of these veils. He says you don't have to be a scientist to tap into this magic. There are many practical, tangible ways to use this information and to use this awareness. And he goes on here, your waking and sleeping cycles. Set a strong intention before going to sleep to gain greater access and awareness of these different realms of existence. So always when you set an intention or that kind of thing, say it out loud. It forces you to articulate what you're asking for, and it creates a stronger resonance in the field. So in terms of sleeping, take advantage of the time when your body is sleeping to allow your soul and your energy to explore these realms. Set the intention to bring back the perfect information for you at this time, for this point in your evolution. And while you're awake, set a strong intention to work beyond these veils, many veils, to connect and co-create in service to your mission. So many of us don't know what our mission is. We know we are light workers and we're bringing light. Is there anything more to that? And sometimes there's not. Sometimes it's just you being on the planet, being a beautiful soul that you are, and through your presence, you're helping raise the vibration. Some of us, like me, have got something big going on. I don't know what it is. Many people do know what their mission is. So in any case, work beyond, set the intention to work beyond the many veils to connect and co-create in service to your mission. Ask, how can we work together as a team? How can I bring all these levels and layers of existence together for the betterment of myself, my planet, and my species? And allow the answers to come. And as many of you know, maybe some of you don't know, the answers may come in many different forms. So be open to receive insights, clarity, information in many different types of ways. So don't just expect it to be a certain way. He says here, a sudden awareness or knowing, visual images, ideas in your mind, a chance meeting with a stranger, opportunities that present themselves that cause a fluttering in your heart. And then there's just a knowing. So that was really quite lovely. And we've talked about this kind of thing before. Believe me when I say you can make this a part of your daily routine. We'd like you to believe that you can create a community with other soul energies, information, and light beyond what you can perceive with your 5 senses. This can all be yours on a daily basis. It could be part of your new normal, clarity, co-creation, and lifting of spirits, imagining love and peace for all. So this is another call to action from Kryon here. We've had a few of these the last week or so. So this one is setting the intention to reach beyond these multiple veils, to work together, to co-create together, to create one cohesive unit. I mean, how powerful would this be? So we're talking about even different aspects of ourselves, of our souls. Truly this does seem magical to me, even though he's saying it's really science, right? But how incredible is this? And we talked a little bit more, I'm going to get to that later. Really kind of how he wrapped this up was to say, today's lesson is about empowering the light worker to tap into the magic that is available right now to help move this planet along on this trajectory toward love. Everyday practical guidance to help transform this planet one person at a time. And remember, this ascension is only happening because of each of us singularities doing the work. So this is really what is keeping this together. And it's the grid, it's the collective, it's all of this. So we're going to be, we've got to get ourselves centered, and then it's setting the intention to work as a collective unit. So it's not just collective unit here with the light workers, but it's beyond the veil with all kinds of energies, realms of existence, and then even the different aspects of our soul, bringing that information here to this now moment to help with the ascension. Pretty incredible. So yeah, guys, give that a try. Let me know how it goes. The other thing I had asked him, I don't know, you may or may not find it interesting, is the last, I'd say, month, or since I've started working with Melchizedek and Kryon on a more regular basis, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and my legs, my feet are just tingling with energy, like just, I don't even know what's going on. It's like it's in my legs. This energy has seemed to have pooled up in my legs. So I asked him about this. And basically what he says is during my sleep cycles, sometimes, not all the time, I'm going through an energy cleansing process. So he said, imagine the energy collecting like a pool of water at this part of your body. It cleanses your aura much like water, then it all kind of drains into my legs, where then it gets dispersed out, to the energy around me, and it gets transmuted, but it's an energy cleansing process. So that's woken me up a few times where my legs are just like, what the heck? They're tingling with energy. And it feels good, but it's just, it's like, what is that? What's going on? All right. Okay. I think I've hit all the major points of today's Ascension update. Again, this was Kryon. Okay, guys, I'm back at it here. I'm going to head outside and continue on with the work I'm doing here. I hope this was helpful for you. I love all of you. Take care. Mwah. Talk to you tomorrow.